recognize Ms. Hopper for 5 minutes to summarize her opening statement.
Chairman Higgins, Chairman Bishop, Ranking Member Carrera, and Ranking Member Ivey, and the distinguished members of the committees. Thank you for the opportunity to testify and for prioritizing this important issue. Human trafficking is one of the greatest humanitarian crises of our lifetime. In the 5 minutes I speak today, men, women, and children are being sold, exploited, and brutalized within our borders. As a Hispanic mother, this crisis is deeply personal to me. I have witnessed firsthand the unimaginable suffering experienced by migrants on both sides of the US-Mexico border. In one interview I conducted, a local resident whose property straddles the border told me about the screams of women and children he hears, including just 2 days before my visit. I walked these very paths, and I found discarded clothing, personal belongings, and chilling evidence of brutal assaults, all under the control of ruthless cartels like the Jalisco New Generation Cartel. No one passes through without their approval. Among the discarded items, I found IDs, many belonging to children, some real, others forged or burned. One was the passport of a 5-year-old Colombian girl. A haunting reminder of the dangers these children face. Traffickers erase migrant identities to smuggle them in under false names. In an interview with a former Sinaloa cartel affiliate, he revealed how cartels use advanced technology to forge documents and erase children's identities before crossing into the US. Tragically, the horrors don't end at the border. The very system meant to protect vulnerable children has become a trafficking pipeline. An OIG report recently revealed that 324,000 unaccompanied children processed at the border are currently accounted for. Policies from the Biden-Harris administration prioritizing speed over safety have placed children with unvetted sponsors, increasing their risk. Furthermore, this administration's decision to eliminate DNA testing to verify familial relationships has created dangerous loopholes which traffickers are now currently aware of and actively exploiting. A young girl who arrived at the border in the custody of individuals claiming to be her family was bruised, disoriented, and in pain. Medical examinations revealed that she had been raped, yet she was sent back to her abusers because no verification was done to confirm her guardianship. This is not an isolated case, but a glaring failure of the system, leaving children in the hands of those who exploit them. The failure extends beyond the government to NGOs contracted by ORR to care for these children. During my research, I interviewed auditors tasked with inspecting an NGO-run facility in Pecos, Texas, and it exposed a lack of oversight with critical information filtered to mask abuse, neglect, and trafficking, as seen in the DOJ lawsuit against Southwest Key for sexual abuse of children in those shelters. Meanwhile, taxpayer dollars fund no-bid contracts for these NGOs whose CEOs have tripled their salaries, hire staff teaching migrant girls to dance provocatively, and continue receiving payments for undelivered services. The crisis does not end there. Trafficking extends beyond sexual exploitation and forced labor to organ harvesting. During a recent interview I conducted in a Central American prison, the convicted trafficker described organs being harvested in places like veterinary clinics in Merida, Mexico, recounting the removal of 3 livers, often sold to US buyers. Another trafficker revealed that migrant children are the frequent targets. My colleague, Dr. Jared Sadolsky, testified last year about a 12-year-old boy whose eye was harvested in Mexico for $15,000. We need rigorous oversight, strong accountability, and where necessary, criminal prosecution of those who fail to protect these children. We must designate cartels as terrorist organizations, reinstate DNA testing, and demand accountabilities from NGOs and government agencies responsible for these children. With this new administration, the American people have issued a clear and urgent mandate, one that now rests in your hands. With top-down support, the trust of the American people, and the eyes of the world upon you, you have a profound opportunity to lead with decisive action. Today, over 324,000 children are unaccounted for, each one a life in desperate need of our protection. We cannot afford to wait any longer. These children's future depends on what we do today. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to your questions.
Thank you, Ms. Hopper.